Right? And that is a hairpiece, and that is a hot comb on the roots, and that is not her hair on the bun, and the roots and the buns don't even match. Because people have been straightening their hair, people have been adding weave and wigs to their hair since ancient times. All of the African tribes did it, so why is it any different when Americans do it? Yes, and squaw's a derogatory term. That's like calling her a Seminole bitch. That's like saying, look at this Seminole hoe. You understand? They still treat our women the same way. Nothing has changed. It's wild disrespectful. But anyway, that's just what's here, and so it is what it is. There's nothing I can't do nothing about that. But at the end of the day, we know that those roots and that bun don't match. We can see that. We can clearly see that she had access to a hot comb or a hot rock or something. And she was pressing out kinks. And that looked like a Brazilian bundle. Okay? Just apply your modern eyes to these old photos and they will start to make a lot of sense. I encourage you to download a colorization app on your phone, because now technology allows us to colorize these images, and when you colorize them, the truth will be right in front of you. If you ain't never seen an ancient wig, look at some of these Native American photos. And you will be able to see that they are wearing wigs as clear as day. They have extensions in their hair. They were pressing their hair. Because if Native Americans are known for wearing 2 braids in their hair, if you have straight hair and you keep your hair braided in 2 braids all the time, when you take that shit out, it is wavy and curly. How come they're not pictured with wavy and curly hair? Because they straighten their hair. This weekend? Yes. Okay? If they are known for wearing 2 braids, when you take 2 braids out, your hair is curly. Your hair is wavy. Why aren't they stereotyped for having wavy, curly hair? Because they straighten their hair, as we can very clearly see my ancestor here with the bang-yang.
Because our doors are open, other doors are opening to more opportunities for our community. We're excited to work with the city so we can realize our dreams of expanding outreach and impact.
The city is committed to working with Black-owned banks like Industrial so they can continue to support their clients and communities.
How their world stopped, and when they found a way to face it. For some, this is where their future.
Can I put these on my YouTube channel? What are these that you want to put on your YouTube channel?
One of those cancers is advanced non-squamous, non-small cell lung cancer.
So somebody says so-called African Americans resemble the people of Fiji, Papua New Guinea, and the Polynesian. Absolutely. Those people were here. We know that as fact that they were here. I have actually seen older Black people. I'm talking about somebody's like great-grandma actually get tested and come back with Melanesian DNA and Aborigine DNA, like from the South Pacific. I've seen it. When I find the video, I'll share it with y'all. But like years ago, I remember seeing that. Somebody says she been sweating, right? Because it's hot in Florida. Imagine how hot in Miami. Hello, have you been? It's going to be hard to keep a press out. It's going to be hard to keep a press out in that heat.
16 types of advanced cancer, and is being studied in hundreds of clinical trials, exploring ways to treat even more types of cancer. It's true.
But yeah. So genealogy class is lit. Anybody that's interested in it. We go over all of this stuff in great detail on in my genealogy class, along with doing actual genealogy. We go over all of this stuff. But I'm gonna go back really quick. I'm just looking through my own Instagram page, and when we talk about weaves and wigs and hair texture, and because our people are obsessed with hair texture, our people are obsessed with straight hair and high cheekbones, that whole shit that we've been told. And the whole purpose of me colorizing this picture is for y'all to see that they very clearly straighten their hair, right? They very clearly straighten their hair, because you can see the burn marks on bruh forehead and every woman in here. Every woman in here. Oh, I had my finger over the... All right, so I just went through my own Instagram page, and this is why I say colorize these photos. colorize these photos. Can you guys hear me?
In this normal person, we drive hand.
Can you hear me?
Just immediately, there is much less red activity. The engine is not working. We're taking the first, which is the brain at rest. When the patient's in that scanner and they're not thinking about anything, just letting the brain.
Right. I think history happened everything happened more recently than what they tell us. Absolutely. Okay, so y'all can hear me now? So this is why I say colorize these photos, because when you colorize these photos and you look at them with a modern eye, and when I tell you these people straighten their hair and adding weaves and pieces to their hair, you can very clearly see, this is a black and white version of that picture, and this is when you can very clearly see that those are burn marks on his forehead from him straightening his hair to pull it back like that. Those are burn marks on every woman in here that has had a hot comb on her head, that has straightened her hair, that has been burned, know what those burns look like. And I'm sorry, bruh has burned himself right here straightening out this hair. Because this is James Evans from Good Times, and can't nobody tell me no difference. You can't get one over on me. I know my people when I see them. The swag. I'm sorry.
The metabolic activity in the brain is shut down, and the networking in the brain is disrupted.
When you colorize these pictures, you can very clearly see that these are our people.
You guys need to be really interested.
The shoes. The bow-legged stance. Need I say more? I know my people when I see them. And then you see, this is brothers and sisters. These are brothers and sisters. These are brothers and sisters. These bros, they wear wigs. Look at their sister hair. They look like triplets. They look like they could be triplets at the end of the day in the face. But then you can very clearly see that they got wigs on, or they straighten their hair. No, these is wigs because sis ain't got hers on. It's one that's very clear. Let me find it. The swag is also always present, like always present. When we start talking about why these, like, you could see the two different races right there. You could see the three different races in this picture. Actually, let me go back. Look at that. You can see a mixed person, an Asian, and an Aborigine on the same reservation. And then you colorize this picture and you will see the sauce. These is the most tiredest quick wigs I've ever seen in my life. These are the wackest wigs I've ever seen in my life. When I tell you that man burnt his forehead, look at every woman in here know a wig when she see one. Men at this point can point out wigs. Look at these wigs. Look at these wigs. Look at his roots. Look at his roots underneath that wig. Stop playing with us. I'm sorry, we know what that is. That's a quick weave. This is a quick weave. This is a quick weave. So they're wearing wigs. Then what do you think they're wearing? So that disproves your long, straight black hair and high cheekbones theory and good hair theory that y'all are so obsessed with, that our people be so obsessed with. They wigs even nappy to me. Those are the worst synthetic wigs I've ever. They must have been making that shit out of buffalo ass hair.
at risk of getting stuck with expensive car repairs. Call Car Shield now and get towing.
Because it was hot. Yes, wigs are nothing. There's nothing new under the sun. It was a sign of wealth and royalty. Egyptians wore wigs. They shaved their entire head because of the heat, and they would wear wigs on top of their bald, shaved heads. The Egyptians have some of the most beautiful wigs you've ever seen. I wanted to get one of the braided, like Cleopatra style wigs that the Egyptians used to make. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I mean, I'm just saying, look at the. I mean, this ain't no Brazilian bundle. Obviously, it's like straw or hay. It's not good quality of hair at all. It's tired, sis. This is tired. So they in the desert. It's hot. That's why they naked. So more than likely, the wigs probably protected their hair. All I'm saying is I know a quick weave when I see one without the part. And he looked like he had his on for about 6 months straight because of the new growth underneath. I mean, our people have these same features. So to call them others, our people have these same features. Like, I saw someone's page where they would take these guys and they would basically put like New York caps on them and shit like that, and kind of like modernize their faces. So let's imagine you. Nah, this is us. I wouldn't even. This ain't even a lace front. That's not even a lace front. That is a quick weave. But honestly, you see this dude in New York every day with a hat on. We see this brother down south in Miami. This brother from New Orleans. He could be Bootsy cousin. He looked like little Uzi Vert.
Talk to your doctor about the juvenile collection of fillers.
I mean, really, I don't know. They don't really look like the Asians to me. I think people really attribute them to the Asians, saying that they look Asian because of the wig. And then you be like, "That's a wig." Khalid Muhammad, absolutely.
This affects your brain. It affects the networks, the wiring of the brain.
Because they see the hair and then they don't even use a modern eye. They look through it and they say, "Oh my God, look at this straight black hair. Oh, they got long black hair. Oh my God, why y'all hair don't look like this?" It does when I wear a wig. It damn sure do. My wig look better than this. This is Nicki Minaj right here. This the original Nicki Bang. Okay, we watched Nicki whole career, first 10 years of her career with this wig on. And y'all gonna sit right here and act like y'all can't identify these wigs when y'all see them in a picture that's a couple 100 years old. Not even, but 100 years old?
You're marking a day off the calendar of his chance to recover his.
Like, this the Nicki wig. These are Nicki Bangs. No?
Concentrated detox. And I'm going to have to range that.
That's the Nicki Bang all day.
And
So clearly men wore wigs and women wore wigs in ancient times. Let's just get over and keep it moving. I just block people now when they start asking stupid questions like, "Why our hair don't look like theirs?" Blocked. Do your own research. I am dead at that is the Nicki wig all day.
then I'll talk to you about putting him in.
Beautiful people. So sometimes I don't know. I see black people that look like this. I see regular ass Americans that look like this. These people don't necessarily look Asian to me. Some do look Asian, but not these particular ones.
And enable the show. So that's what I'm going to do.
Absolutely. I am crazy. Absolutely. And then they'll say, "Well, the Spaniards drew those." You are the Spaniards. What? Am I confused? Like, these motherfuckers, it be the Spaniards talking about the Spaniards drew the shit. Like, call me crazy.
For the sake of this new child. Now, JJ's mom, Susan, has...
Oh, send me the picture. Like, yeah, for real. Put a New York cap on him. And, like, crop his hair out. I'm gonna have to try that. Somebody said Chili from TLC, right? No, black people are not homogeneous at all. We don't all look the same. We don't all have the same phenotype. Absolutely. It's motherfuckers in the same family that don't have the same phenotype. It's people in the same family that don't. My brothers have a completely different texture of hair than I have. In fact, both my children have different hair textures. And I like from one child to the next, you never know what you're going to get. But we have to start at just looking at these people in these old pictures with a modern eye. And apply your modern eyes to these, and say, where would I be if I was around when these pictures were? What would I look like? And you will start to see yourself. 100%.
Native American ancestry?
Yes,
Okay.
but very unspecific.
Unspecific.
Yeah.
Every African American for each of my series has claimed to have a great grandmother with high cheekbones and straight black hair. Well, look at Africa, Ruth. What do you see in Africa?
I see nothing.
Africa is a big blank continent on this map. What this means is that you are the only person whom we tested who actually descends from a Native American female.
Wow, it's very powerful.
Actually, the only black person I know whose great-great-great-great-grandmother was a Cherokee princess. So Ruth's mother's line, surprisingly, has been firmly rooted in the Americas for thousands of years.
Now, so this is what a Native American woman looks like. 100%. This is her mother. They tested her DNA. She was a former president at Brown University. Ironically, Brown University is the same university where Nishuwishiwinnog, or Two Hawks, as a lot of people know him, his ancestors, they have been proven that is their spiritual grounds, Brown University. But she was the first African-American president there, and her DNA, on her mitochondrial DNA from her mother, came back to be 100% Native American, indigenous to the Americas. This is the mother that they're talking about. So this is what indigenous women actually look like. And that look like everybody grandma. No? Heart this. Send me hearts if this is your grandma. If this is your auntie, if this look like your cousins, these is regular ass black people. She's indigenous to Texas. So much so that they have named the genealogy center in Texas after her mother. That's how much they can't disprove that she's African. They actually had to test her brother's Y DNA to trace her father's lineage to find African DNA in here. Now, those DNA companies aren't going to do that for you either. They're not going to break it down and tell you what line is this and that or the third. So, if y'all are modernizing these pictures, please send them. I would love to see some of these people with some New York caps on and Ugg boots. I mean, because that seems like that's the only way our people are going to see that these are the same people.
Katie is an irresponsible.